Hello, my beautiful Leos, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or if you have Leo anywhere in your chart, or if you're drawn to the title, or if you're just checking in on a Leo, there's a message in here for you. Okay, so like I've been telling everyone else, yesterday was my birthday. So for my birthday, since I was born with a gift, for my birthday I want to share my gift. And that is why I'm doing readings for all signs. It's been a long time since I have done long readings. I've done shorts, I've done reels on Facebook, but actually diving deep and doing long messages I haven't done in a while. So I'm back and I will be consistent. All right, let's start it off. Leo, you are in your head. Mental conflict, right? This is the Two of Swords. And I feel like you need to understand this is Taurus energy, but notice how it says wisdom. So it's like there's two of swords, right? There's a part of you, like the inner part, your intuition knows. Twos are about making a choice. So your inner self, the wisdom that you gain from experiences, knows the correct choice, but you don't want to see it. You're not trying to see it, right? Because if you were seeing it, you would see it with this eye, which would be the third eye, your intuition. There would be no question. There would be no mental conflict, right? And and you know that your destiny, right, is somewhere else. And that's the conflict. This could be in a job situation. This could be in a relationship. You just know that, man, I feel like I keep learning these lessons and I'm tired of learning lessons. And I want to take the wisdom now and move toward my destiny. This is the Wheel of Fortune. I want the wheel to turn, right? Because the bottom of the deck, you have the Tower. And notice in this Tower, he's holding on for dear life. Like, you don't want to budge, it's so perfect for Leo. Leo is fixed fire, right? Fixed signs already. There's like, they ain't budging. I ain't going nowhere. But I feel like whatever this foundation was set on was rocky. And you're still trying to hold on. It's you that's keeping it together. The foundation, if you were to open your arms, right? And not have your heart covered, because look at this. Once again, same picture. That heart is covered, because probably your heart, you're ruled by the heart, Leo. So your heart has probably been hurt more than most, because you are ruled by the heart. So you give. And the thing is that when you give and you don't have anything to give, then you deplete yourself. Then you start resenting others when you can't blame nobody but yourself, because you chose to give. And there's nothing wrong with giving. You just got to be discerning of who you give to. Make sure that your cup is being, reciprocity. But also, before you give, make sure your cup is full. So maybe you've just been one. I've been, like, a lot of the readings have been coming out where people have been in relationships most of their life. So they don't even know who they are. They have lost themselves in relationships. So they don't even know what it's like to be alone. And they would rather stay somewhere where they're complacent than to move around. But yet that's when the towers happen, because you're in this mental conflict. It's like a lot of these readings have been based on a battle between the mind and the heart. The heart knows what it wants, and the mind is like, no, I know what I want. So there's a disconnect. You gotta connect. You gotta align the heart and the mind, right? I'm not rhyming, huh? But you gotta align the heart and the mind if you want this beautiful destiny, this wheel to turn, right? Because your message is poised. So you're like, this is a very, 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 very good fortune card. This is about you being confident, feeling good, attracting in good things. So I feel like majority of you are in this because we just had your season, right? It just ended. So you're in this. You're like, yeah, everything's good. I'm calling in the right people, because soulmates don't have to be lovers. It can be friends. It can be soul family. And some of you, it could be a love relationship. And it's somebody that has the key. So some of you that are in a situation, it might not be the one that holds the key, right? And that's okay. You learn the lesson. now you're learning. But before you were just jumping from relationship to relationship, so you didn't know. And now you're starting to see, and that's why you got this mental conflict. Others of you, you've already like, nope, learned the lesson, taking the wisdom with me, and I'm moving forward and letting this wheel turn. Because I'm waiting for the good to come in, right? And I'm in this, look at her, she's just like, yeah. And then that way, some of you have already called in your perfect for you soulmate, and y'all are living your best life, right? That's beautiful. Because some of you haven't. Your situation is the 5 of Wands. Now, this is an internal battle. Some of you, this might be other people's drama, but majority of you, this is an internal battle, especially with the mental conflict. So it's like I said, there's a battle between the mind and the heart. You're conflicted. I don't know what this is you're conflicted about, but you're conflicted. Put it in your situation, because this is a general message. So you need to decide, what is it? Why do I don't feel like, it's like other parts of my life are great. Like maybe work's great, but then my relationship part's not. Or my relationship's great, but then my work life's not. Whatever this conflict is, you need to figure it out and resolve it. Because only you have the power to change. Because your challenge is, right, coming up with a good idea, but also starting something new. Like I said, some of y'all are so used, y'all will stay in a situation even though it's like this. It's not, I feel like some of y'all have been hurt. So you stay somewhere where it's so surface level that you can't get your heart broken. So you stay there. That's for some of y'all. You'll know who you are. And your challenge is starting something new. Coming up with a good idea. Something that ignites your spirit. This is fire. This is you. Leo, you're fire. You're fixed fire. So what is this idea? Your challenge is letting something new begin. And your action and advice is to work on self, right? You notice how he's got all these pentacles, right? And I say that's distraction, or your other responsibilities. But right now, your responsibility is yourself. Once again, because you probably always worried about everybody else around you, but you never did focus on yourself. So right now, they're saying the focus needs to be on you. What do I need to do that's best for me? Because back to that, you can't pour from an empty cup, can you? And when you're on the airplane and the oxygen mask drop, what do they tell you? To grab yours first, right? Because how are you going to help somebody else breathe if you can't even breathe? Your outcome is the Moon card. So this is you moving beyond the fear and doing it anyway. But this is also seeing through the illusion. The moon can be an illusion. Like maybe the mental conflict is because part of you is like, it's not that bad. Wait, is it bad? I don't know. So what I want to do is I want to click, wow, look where it stopped. The 5 of Wands, that's double confirmation. What I want to do, yeah, see, 10 of Wands. Put the burden down. This is about you having to carry all the weight on your shoulders. Finally, put the burden down. Let other people do it. You don't have to do it all. And also that's about people pleasing and not knowing how to say no. No is a very powerful thing. You don't have to do it just because you're asked to do it because you want to people please. And I'm not being mean and calling you, oh, you're a people pleaser. I'm saying that's part of something we learn how to cope. That's a coping mechanism we learn growing up, right? Is to make sure everybody else is okay. But then we deplete ourselves. And then we end up resenting the other people when they didn't do nothing but receive what we were giving out, right? And that goes back to me. I've had to learn this lesson too. My Mercury's in Leo and my North Node. So, I mean, I get it. Whatever sign you are, that's just part of the human condition. So, I wanted to, stopped here at the Devil card. So, that's going to be moving past anything that was toxic. Yeah, and there's my Ace of Swords. This is my yes card, but this is also clarity. So you will be having clarity, on what really makes you happy. Is it this? Are you going to stay in something like this? Or are you going to move beyond that? Cut the illusion out and do what makes you happy. It's up to you. It's a choice. Because I feel like, The situation you've been in, you just felt like you're left out in the cold. Like I say, put it in your situation. This is for the ones that haven't done the work and still feel like a burden and got all this chaos and conflict. For the others of you that done the work, good job and congratulations, right? And you're living your best life with your soulmate, your true soul tribes, your people, because you're no longer accepting crumbs. You're no longer just tolerating, right? It's not being mean. It's just we have, if you're elevating, then people fall out of your life, whether family, friends, lovers, whatever. If they're not growing, they're not growing. It's not their fault. It's just not their choice in this lifetime. Can't be mad at them. People can only meet you as far as they met themselves. So if they ain't dive to the depths of their soul, then you talking to them is like talking to a brick wall. Or you might even have better luck talking to the wall. Like seriously, people can only meet you as far as they met themselves. And I'm thinking you're beginning to understand that, and you're like, I want more than surface level. I want magical. I want somebody to check the boxes. But the boxes that you have too, you can't be asking for stuff that you don't embody either. Remember, we attract who we are, not what we want. All right, let's see what the angels have. Yeah, look at that. Success, Leo. You're meant to be successful. Literally, you got the poise card. Bottom of the deck, you have a no, but it's not the no with the exclamation. So this no means no, it's not the right time. So if you've been thinking about doing something, maybe some of you have been thinking about moving. It's not the right time. Have you been thinking about pursuing somebody else? Well, you're in a relationship, but you want to pursue somebody else? No, first of all, you have to get rid of the relationship you're in, number one. Maybe you've been thinking about moving jobs. They're saying no, it's not the right time. You'll know when it is, and whenever it is, it'll be successful. You're moving into this Wheel of Fortune, this beautiful energy. This is beautiful, Leo. I love it. You just have to learn to say no sometimes. You have to learn that your value and your worth. That's the big thing. Because if you don't, I can tell you, just like I just did with Cancer, I can say, Leo, you're worthy. You're beautiful. You deserve the best. And other people can tell you that too. But until you say it to yourself and believe it wholeheartedly, nothing's going to change. Okay, so like I told everybody else, I don't do relationship readings really. Unless it's like people come to me for personal messages, because my channel is called Self Love Heals for a reason, because it all comes back to self. So I'm not worried about what he or she is doing, and neither should you, but if that's your prerogative. I'm not saying don't do it, or I'm not demeaning the readers that do it. I'm just saying that's what my channel is about. Now, personal readings, that's different. You come to me, I can do relationship readings. But as far as what my channel's about, because it all starts within. So until you fix your inner conflict, you're going to keep attracting in and learning more lessons until you learn the lesson and then take the wisdom of that lesson. But I am going to see what the romance angels have for my Leos. All right, what do we got? Oh, okay. We have trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. All right, so for some of y'all, you may not, maybe you don't trust. Maybe you don't trust who you're with, right? Maybe there's been dishonest, and that means there needs to be communication about it. And some of you, you're like just met somebody and you're like, I don't know if I should do this. And they're like, trust, have faith. That's what it's asking for. Because maybe some of y'all have met somebody and it feels so good. You're like so inspired and all this, but you're like, oh, it might be too good to be true. Trust, and also be open, right? Open communication is so good to have. Authenticity is so good to have. Take everything off, the mask, be who you are. And then the bottom of the deck, you have calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So like I said, some of y'all have already done this and you're in it. And you're like, yeah. And you look, deep knowing, you know that this is your person and they hold the key and nobody else does. Others, this is what you're wanting to do. This is why the Tower is here. You could be in a relationship and it's just not it. And you're wanting to call in a soulmate. But you can't call in somebody if you're still in a situation, right? 10, completion. You must end that situation first. So put all of this in your situation. It's going to be different for all because this is a general message. And we are going to close it out with a guardian angel message for my Leos. Please and thank you. Whew. I take a deep breath. Maybe some of y'all need to just take a deep breath. All right. Ooh. You're the first sign. You're my last reading because I started with Virgo because Virgo season. You're the first one to get this forgiveness. This is why this 10 of Wands is here. This is why this 5 of Wands, this internal conflict. This is why this mental conflict is here. There's forgiveness that has to be done, whether it's to somebody else or to yourself. And remember, you don't have to go to that person and actually do it. You can just intend, set that out there. I forgive you so that you release that and you gain back your power. Because as long as you hold grudges, they're going to still hold the power. Rise above that. Don't match energy. You can't clean dirt with dirt, right? You just can't. It's just going to still be dirty. So rise above the negativity. That's what you do. You elevate. That's called growth. That's called maturity. That's evolution. So it says, holding on to a past hurt is preventing you from moving forward and achieving your heart's desires. Let it go. Forgiveness does not mean that you condone another's actions. It simply means that you are no longer willing to be a perpetual victim to a particular person or event. Blame is a waste of your precious energy. Bless and surrender the past, for in doing so, you will reclaim the joy in life. Yes, exactly. So it's going to keep you stuck in this devil, right? In this pattern, feeling chained. You have the sword to break you out of it. It can cut right through it. And that means speaking your truth. So some of y'all, like I said, whether the forgiveness is external or internal, because some of y'all might have say you forgave the person or the situations are multiple, but then you still beat yourself up. You're like, oh, but I put all this time and energy and I didn't get nothing back. Is this what it's like? And then you just beat yourself up and you're like, oh, I'm so stupid. No, you're not. We came here to learn. We came here to have a human experience and learn all emotions, whether happy, sad, loving, hating, fearing, grief, drama, all of it. The thing is not to get attached to it and stuck with it. Let it go. Feel it as it comes in and then let it go. That is your big message. So forgiveness. There's also a Hawaiian practice called Ho'oponopono. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's 4 statements, and there's stuff on YouTube you can do, or you can just literally do it. It's thank you, I love you, I'm sorry, forgive me. And you say that, you speak that to yourself over and over and over. Practice that every day. Thank you, I love you, I'm sorry, forgive me. Thank you, I love you, I'm sorry, forgive me. Now, I don't know if it's in that order or it doesn't matter what order it's in as long as you're just saying it. All right, Leo, that's what I have for you. I hope this helped uplift, heal, inspire. If you are interested, I do private readings. Everything is in the description box below. Till next time, sending you love and light as always. Take care.